So I'm so excited to actually have video this week. For anybody who watched last week's video, um, logistical craziness. So I was able to join my live on time, record the content, but there was no video. So who knows? So hi, I just wanted um, to welcome you. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Kelley Brubaker, and I am a CPA. I'm a business coach based out of Akron, Ohio. My firm is called Profit Scale Thrive, where we guide attorneys to overflowing profits, scaled growth, and thriving lives. So every week, every Wednesday morning, I try to go live well, each week I talk about a different topic, and each Wednesday I try to do a live to be able to talk about whatever the topic is in a live format. So this week, why your monthly billables are not increasing, even though you're motivated to make more money, and how a business coach can help you with just that. So today I want to talk to you about what your numbers are telling you and the three big reasons you may not be creating more billables in your firm. So I've been serving law firms for over a decade, and this is how I know exactly why you're struggling to increase your sales, even though you're motivated to make more money. And let's dig in. So my first tip is how a cash forecast can make a major difference in your sales game. So regardless of where you're joining me from, when you woke up today, you had an expectation about the weather, right? And how you should dress today appropriately for the weather. And a cash forecast is very similar. If you have a cash forecast, you will have an expectation of what your cash balance should be today, what it should be this week, next month, for the rest of the year, right? You will know when you're doing the right things or when you need to correct your course by looking at your cash forecast on a periodic basis, a routine periodic basis, right? So keep in mind that we can use historical data to help you determine um, where you successfully are with your billables. So by utilizing forecasting to increase your billables and profit, you can predict better growth, ensure your infrastructure doesn't crumble, and make sure that you have the customer service, staffing, and client management procedures that can handle the increase in a workload. So work with your bookkeeper to set up and maintain a business forecasting spreadsheet. This should tell you how profitable you may be and what variables you need to change for the better. And this leads me into tip number 2, accurate billing. So this may seem like a no-brainer, but more often than not, it's overlooked. Are potential billable time tickets being lost or worse, written off? Accurate bills not only make sure that you receive the correct payment amounts from clients, but they also help create positive relationships with your clients who won't appreciate seeing a time ticket from 2 months ago on this month's bill because it was posted to the wrong matter. And also, accurate bills help you get paid quicker. So many law firms are not capturing time tickets in real time. I've worked with so many clients over the years who let associates, and by that I really mean partners, wait to turn in all the time tickets for the entire month during the first week of the following month during billing week. So who here remembers what they worked on from 4 to 5 weeks ago? Accurately enough to be recorded to the tenth of an hour? Definitely not me. So what happens is you've got the delinquent offenders here. They handwrite their time tickets, hand them into the paralegal or a secretary to enter into the billing system. Now you have a month's worth of information being entered within just a few days, and the chances of accuracy is low, and the rush leads to potential grammatical errors. And you know what? Your clients deserve better. So this type of a manual system for billing is usually used in an environment where pre-bills are printed for the lead partner or the associate to review, and then a secretary or a paralegal or a billing clerk will make the corrections in the billing system one by one. They hold up all issuing, none of the bills will be issued for the entire month until all the pre-bills have been returned and time tickets edited. So when you bill on a monthly basis, you can't afford a lengthy manual billing process. It costs you money. As your firm grows, it is crucial to automate and have systems for billing quickly, accurately, and preferably electronically. The faster you can get a bill generated and in the hands of a client, the faster you can get paid. So get accurate bills delivered, issued to clients as fast as possible to ensure the money gets into your bank account as fast as possible. So assign one person to manage the billing process. And this one person is going to be in charge of setting up the bills and letting you know if something's gone unbilled or unpaid. An experienced bookkeeper and accountant with proper software will also be able to identify high quality clients and the ones who have difficulty paying on time, which that's a whole other discussion. So finally, secret number 3, analyzing the right metrics. Accounting and bookkeeping is not just for tax time. You need to have your numbers updated all the time because your numbers tell you exactly what is producing results and what's not. So let's talk about 3 metrics you can measure to increase your sales. So ROI is return on investment. So when you're using paid marketing, advertising, or even sending your staff to represent you at networking events, you should measure the return on investment. And how you do that is you ask all leads that contact you, where did they hear about you? It's as simple as that. And that will help you easily define what marketing strategies are working and getting you the return you desire and the ones you should ditch. So for example, if you're putting an advertisement in your local penny saver, but you never see a new client from it, then it might be time to ditch it. The next metric you should be reviewing is your client lifetime value, or CLV. So by knowing your client lifetime value, you can determine how much you have the ability to spend to obtain a new client. For example, if you know that a new client on average spends $10,000 with your firm, wouldn't you be more encouraged to see the benefit of spending $100 to obtain a new client? I think that's a good return, right? So here's the last metric, and it's actually 2 different ways to look at the same information. Similar numbers to get you the same information. So weekly WIP versus your payroll costs, or monthly billables versus payroll cost. So slightly different, not only because of the frequency, but because of the numbers. So WIP has the potential to be billed, but billables, there could be stuff written off for a variety of reasons. So I actually recommend looking at both of these. Weekly WIP, because it really does give you your finger on the pulse of what's going on. Because monthly billables, then it's too late. By the time you build it, if something's really off, there's a huge lag there. So I will guarantee you that the largest firms are monitoring both of these stats, weekly WIP versus payroll and monthly billables versus payroll. So you should easily be able to ask your billing clerk, office manager, a member of your team to be able to send this information to you every week for WIP, or as soon as the bills are issued for the month. Comparing how much billables that were issued last month compared to the payroll expense is very telling. In most law firms, I see that payroll is typically 30 to 40% of your total revenue. So not only do you want to see the relationship, what that percentage is, if it's around 30 to 40%, great, but also consistency. Is it the same case week after week? If not, that should motivate you to either bring down your payroll costs or get your team to increase their productivity. And don't get me wrong, I know both are hard to do. So what's the big takeaway today? Overall, it's that growth is great if you have the proper bookkeeping and billing software in place and your staff are keeping the data updated continuously for you. But if we don't use the numbers to make decisions about your firm's financial future, bookkeeping isn't going to do much for you. So ask your team to get these reports and metrics for you and hold them accountable. But the key is that you also have to hold yourself responsible to take the time to read the story that your numbers are telling you. So don't forget, profit is something you plan for in the beginning, not as an add-on bonus at the end of the year. So if you need support on this, feel free to comment below or DM me with the words next steps, and we'll schedule a time to talk about how we might be able to support you. So let me check, since I don't have a host with me today to help me. Let's see if I have any comments in the chat. So I don't see any questions in the chat. So I would just ask that if you know an attorney who might need to hear this information, please share this video with them or tag them below. And I want you to have an amazing Wednesday. Bye.